Hey, friends, thank you for hanging out with us. A couple things. One, a little nervous. My dog Stanley, not Eller yet because she's not been spayed, so she can't go to the dog place yet. But he's got an interview. He has an interview on Wednesday with two different people. One's called My Second Home. One's called Paw Pals to see if he can go stay there in the daytime while I'm at work. It's like a little day camp.
Doggy day
But
camp.
they have to interview him and like make sure he checks out. And here's what he's gonna do: he's either gonna just lay there like a blob on the floor, or he's gonna run a hole through a wall.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a middle gear, and so I'm afraid he's not gonna get accepted. And I'm over here freaking out, going, "They're never gonna take my dog."
Like people always call you for advice for interviews. Can't you give him something?
Here's my advice: wear him out before he goes. Except he's probably gonna go in the morning, and I'm not gonna be able to do that because I leave so early. Because we're gone in the daytime a lot. Caitlin's off working or in meetings or whatever, and I'm here. And so we're like, why don't we just send Stanley 10 minutes away to one of these places where he can play with other dogs in the daytime? And they're like, well, he can't come in until we have a little interview, a little observation time. He's not going to pass. He's going to be a bump on a log, or he's going to run a hole through the doghouse.
Well, a bump on a log, he should still pass for that. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I feel like they're going to judge him. I feel like this is a kid going to daycare and they get interviewed.
It's he rams into them. That's going to be the problem.
That's happening this week. Yesterday, Caitlin was laying out in the yard, and it was like 80 degrees. Maybe it was Saturday. It was like 83 degrees, so it's starting to get warm here. And I was like, you know what? I'll go out and give me a little sun, too. Just to hang out, talk with her. So took my shirt off, went and laid out in a little chair beside her. I wasn't out there for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm burnt. I'm that white.
You didn't put on any sunscreen?
But I was only out there for 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And the point is, if we end up going somewhere like late in the summer after we get married and we go somewhere that's beachy, I don't want to go and be burnt the whole time. But I was out there, maximum 8 minutes. I could put my hand on my chest and pull it off, and it looks like a handprint. It looks like those shirts back in the day, Hypercolor.
Hypercolor.
Yeah.
Like,
that's my
cool.
skin right now after only 8 minutes. So we did that. We had a good weekend, though. We went to dinner at a place. It was some new place that's up on a roof on like the Marriott or something here in town. And so we go, and we hadn't ever been there. And I called, I was like, hey, can I get a reservation? We eat early. It's like 6 p.m. Let's get a reservation. And they were like, all right, got it. We walk up, look, and I wasn't on the list for a reservation. And I was like, hey, we got a reservation at 6, Bobby. And I look, and the guy cannot find me. I don't know who I talked to. I don't know if I called the right place, to be honest with you. And the guy's looking, and I see him go, uh-oh, they're not on the list. And he looks up, and we have masks on. They have no idea it's the dude from the radio. And he's like, yep, come on in. So if you just act like it, you're like, yeah, I got a reservation. They just seat you.
Here we go. This is a Lunchbox deal.
No, I didn't steal anything. And I thought I made a reservation. I said, hey, we have a 6 o'clock. And I saw the iPad. He looked, and he scrolled, and it was nowhere to be found. And he's like, okay, all right, come on over. And they sat our butts down. I wasn't trying to swindle my way in.
You were just very confident in that you had a table.
Because I thought I did. But because they put us there, and it was great. We had a nice little dinner. Met some listeners there on the way out. They're like, hey, we're from Philadelphia. We listen. And I was like, in Philadelphia?
How do you do that?
We're on there? All right, let's go and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Story.
Watching sports can break your heart literally. Experts say that a new link between watching sports and cardiovascular stress has been shown in a study in high school students. The results showed the at-home viewers of games had an average of 75% increase in heart rate during key points in the game, while the live attendees had a 110% increase, which means it's doubled. And if things go bad, it's a negative. And they say defibrillators should be readily available at sporting events because people are getting into it that much, and it is affecting their heart. It's the saddest I ever am on an Arkansas loss.
Yeah, I was going to say you should have a defibrillator at your house.
I was thinking about this. I mean, I guess when people die, but not that many people have died. Other than that, that's about it. If Arkansas loses a big game, I'm done.
Oh, you're talking about when you are the saddest?
Yeah.
That's when people die and when Arkansas loses?
Big games, yeah.
Wow.
This last season on Breaking Bobby Bones, which you'll see May 31st, the first episode. But there was an episode where I was down in Alabama, and I was working with a welder, and Arkansas and Missouri were playing. It was a football game, and they kicked a field goal at the very end of the game to win it. And I was shooting the final scene of the whole show. I'd been there for 3 days, and I was so upset The guy thought he had made me mad who I was shooting with. He went to our producer and was like, hey, is he okay? Did I do something? And the producer had to like put his arm on his shoulder and go, hey, man, Arkansas just lost. You're going to have to give him about an hour.
Give him a minute.
And even then, I was like, oh. Our final episode that we shot I was climbing trees with the chainsaw, chopping stuff down. And Arkansas lost at the end of a basketball game in the SC tournament. And we're doing and it should be like, woo, we finished the whole season. I was destroyed. I was like, let's get this over with. Let's go. I need to get out of here. So I get it. I had a little heartbreak that day, both days. Let's do more news.
Bobby's Other Big
Story.
Momfluencer Katie Sorensen faces 6 months in jail after going viral with the fake tale of a Latino couple trying to snatch her kids. Remember this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Katie Sorensen now faces 2 misdemeanor counts after she claimed that Eduardo and Sadie Martinez tried to kidnap her 2 children. Here's a clip of the original video.
My children were the targets of attempted kidnap, which is such a weird thing to even vocalize, but it happened. And I want to share that story with you in an effort to raise awareness as to what signs to look for, and to just encourage parents to be more aware of their surroundings and what is going on around them.
It was all a lie.
Jeez.
I watched the whole, well, she had, I think, a few parts, but one part was really long, and I watched the whole thing. And I came in and I talked about it, and I was like, oh my goodness, we need to pay more attention. It did bring awareness to that, I will say, but my mind is blown that it was fabricated.
Well, it looks like her and Rachel Hollis are launching a podcast together.
It's a must listen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week. Tell your friends. But that whole thing was a lie.
Why? What was the point of that?
To get views.
Attention.
Oh, my goodness.
She grew her following pretty quickly because people were spreading that. I'm pretty sure I shared it on my story. And that's how I found it. Was someone else shared it on their story, so it started spreading fast.
She racked up more than 4.5 million views on her Instagram. Motherhood Essentials. I thought it was called Motherhood Essentials.
No, motherhood, not motherhood.
Motherhood Essentials. Sorry, I see what I see. And then Motherhood Essentials. I'm an idiot. And then finally, Jake Owen has the #1 song in all of country music.
There you go.
Here's Made for You. The song was put out 3 years ago.
Crazy.
3.5 years ago, I was with Jake at a charity event. He played it. I was like, you
So
got to
good.
put that song out. It wasn't even out. So he puts it out. Radio just wasn't paying it any attention. We were told to stop being annoying about it because I was just playing it during the show, which I don't do often. And then he crushes it. His promo team did a great job, and it is now the #1 song in country music. So it's Jake Owen, Made for You. That's right. Hey, is he going to be in Friday?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, Friday morning conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we get him a cake or does he get us one?
Ooh, interesting.
I know. It's a tough
Think
one.
about that.
All right, that's the news. Close it up.
Bobby's Other Big
There you go.
Bobby's Big
Story.
You can call us if you want, 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number. Here is Jake Owen, Made for You. 877-77-BOBBY. Would love to talk to you if you have a question or a comment. Appreciate you hanging out with us this morning.
the Bobby Bones Show.
All right, everybody listening, you're calling in. I'm going to get you on in a second. Also, I want to tell a story about me being out, having dinner. Somebody comes up, says hi to me. I'm going to put them on the air in a second. I have a reason. We're going to do a little on-air evaluation at the same time. Do you know about this? We're about to do?
No,
Okay.
no idea.
Hang out. We'll come back in 1 second, and we'll get your calls, too. I'm a big believer of if you get a shot, you got to take it. Take your shot, even if it's a bit uncomfortable. I told you we were driving down the road the other day looking for somewhere to eat, and Caitlin's like, we should go to this place called Del Frisco. Never been there before. Heck, I don't know if I've ever heard of it. And so I was like, all right, I'll go over there. And so I'm in shorts and like a cutoff, and I have a jacket on over the cutoff a little bit, and she's in some workout gear. And we walk in, and it's a nice place. It's way too nice for us and how we were acting and how we were dressed. And so we go in and order like a little half rack of ribs, a little corn chowder is good too. And she orders a little salad, a little chicken thing. And we're talking to our waitress, and she's like, hey, she's in music. I'm like, oh, cool. She goes, I used to know Emma Klein, who opened for me for a long time out on tour. I was like, great. And then this other dude comes by and he goes, hey, man, I'm a big fan. I'm an artist. And he puts down a little cup holder.
A
coaster.
A coaster, a little paper coaster. Yeah. And it has his name on it and his Instagram. And I was like, all right, I admire that. And I checked, though, immediately. He goes, hey, I'm a big fan. I was like, well, let's see if he follows me on Instagram. Because don't say it if you ain't it, And so I go over and he followed me on Instagram. I was like, all right, he was telling the truth. He's a big fan. So I kept it in my pocket. And over the weekend, I was like, you know what? I should really look this guy up. But he's on the phone right now. I haven't heard anything he's ever done.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you didn't listen to any of the stuff on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay.
Listen, I admire the guy for coming up and it also wasn't while I was eating. Mm-hmm. If I was putting food in my mouth and the guy comes by, I'd have been like, all right, just get me on the front or the backside. I got a rib in my mouth. He didn't do that. I don't even know what really his face looks like because he had a mask on. His name is Kanan Cox. Hey, Kanan, how are you, bud?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
I'm doing pretty good. So it's early in the morning. Are you usually awake at whatever time it is this morning?
Yeah, to go off the hustling thing, I'm usually up at 6 o'clock at the gym. So, yes.
You a pretty buff dude or no?
You kind of saw me. I was in my waiter clothes, but I used to be a heavier guy, so yeah, fitness becomes a part of the lifestyle. So I guess in the most humble way you can possibly say that, yes.
You used to be a heavier guy, meaning like you've lost a bunch of weight?
Yeah.
How much have you lost?
About 70 pounds.
Wow, 70?
That's a lot.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah, this is over the course of years.
Hey, who cares? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are a country music artist, right?
I am.
And you moved to Nashville how long ago?
It's about 5 years ago.
So walk with me what happened. Caitlin and I are having dinner at Del Frisco. We weren't at your table. Did you make an extra trip over by us? Were we just on the way? Was there ever a thought in your head, oh, boy, I don't know if I should bother them? Give me your thoughts.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting there. You can't, really see a specter on the line, but if there would have been a fly on the wall, I'd look like a sociopath. Just sitting there, I was, staring at you. Just like... Should I go? Do I not go? Should I go? No, don't go. It's stupid. He's going to just throw it. And that's, I don't know if you remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I blacked out. But I was just like, you can just feel free to throw this away if you'd like. And then, just here you go, have a good time. And then so I went over there and did it. And then, honestly, I kind of just, forgot that I did it. And then I was the next morning had the phone call being like, hey, Bobby, wanted to call and say hi. And I was like, what? This is awesome.
All right.
So, yeah, there was totally a time of just being like, this is stupid. Don't do it. Just go serve your tables. Go serve some steaks and make some money. But
were any of the other wait staff like, Kanan, don't do that?
No, I didn't really tell anyone. I think I went and told the manager just to say, hey, he's a big deal. You should probably schmooze him. Give me welcome him back. Tell him to come on in. And that was pretty much it. And then, yeah, I just went and handed you my lovely coaster. And then I thought that too. I was like, well, who am I putting my name on a coaster?
He did. He put his name, his Instagram handle. I admire that shot taken.
Right.
I've had to take my shots. And, sometimes it's not appropriate. Sometimes it is. But I'm going to risk it every single time. And, again, I wasn't eating. Who cares? So I have not heard any of Kanan Cox's music. You want to do this live?
Come on. Let's go.
Can you tell me his Instagram?
Sure. It is Mike, can you scroll? It's Canaan. That's how you spell Kanan. Canaan.
Kanan Cox, got him.
COX.
Okay.
He's got 24.5 thousand followers. He has a lot of tattoos on one of his arms. Which arm's that tattoo on? All those tattoos.
That's the left.
Okay. Is this your kid? You have a kid?
Yeah, well, I got engaged last year. It's not technically biologically mine, but love him just as much as if he was.
Cute kid. Okay, let's hear his biggest streaming song to date is called Long Way Home. Here's a clip from Kanan Cox.
We can go out where we can see any of those city streets, nothing in the middle of you and me. But the song blaring through the radio got you singing a little off key. Wanna see you dancing those bare feet in the middle of nowhere, no one knows. We're gonna take the long way home.
Okay. Here's a clip of Long Live the Lover, his most recent song.
'Cause I'm waking up and I finally see that I get half this feeling of wearing my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, I'm waking up, a new world to discover. It's through the lies and the lies and the tears that we cry that led us to each other. Long live the lover.
Okay, and then here's a live version. I want to pull something that wasn't just up streaming. Let's see how he does live. Here is him doing Keith Whitley, When You Say Nothing at All.
Ooh,
Here you go.
okay.
The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
So good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Kanan, how do you feel about that? We just played some of your music here on the air. You butt fucked a little bit? You feel good? What?
Yeah, I'm just like pacing back and forth in my bedroom, to be honest with you, and I'm kind of nervous. And but that's awesome. I did not expect any of that, so that's pretty cool, my man.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, because, again, I'm such a believer of if you get an opportunity, take it. I'm going to invite you to come up here tomorrow, the next day, live, and play on the show.
Are you serious?
That would be the meanest joke if I
Yeah,
wasn't
just
serious, right?
kidding.
I'm like,
Definitely.
what, say it again. Go ahead,
What's
Kanan.
up?
It's hard. I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just in my head planning on what to wear and what song to play.
I will.
And freaking out a little bit.
I'll tell you what.
My
Right,
man,
this
thank
is
you
a
so
cool
much.
story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
out
awesome.
having dinner. Guy's hustling. He's playing shows. He's also doing what all of us had to do, what I had to do many times, work 2-3 jobs at a time just to get your creative endeavor, up top. And so I want to support this. Hey, you sound good too. Like, what do I know? But you sound pretty good. So I will have my producer call you at the end of the show, and we will line up a time, and you will come up here, and you will play. And if it goes great, great. If it doesn't, hey, you still got a shot, right?
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, thank you for taking a shot on me, then, man.
What did he say?
Thank you
know.
for taking a shot on me.
Yeah,
You didn't hear that?
I think he's nervous.
There's a lot of words
He's,
slammed
he's
together.
thankful for you taking a shot on him, like bringing him in.
Okay. Kanan, my favorite server at Frel Discos.
Del
Del
Frisco.
Del Frisco's.
Del
Who wasn't
Frisco.
even my server, oddly. We're going to get you up here this week, okay?
Awesome, my man. Thank you so much for this and for what's to come. Thank you.
All right. We'll call him back. I'll talk to you soon, Kanan.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
What's going on in his mind right now?
I mean, he's probably running to his fiance or whoever, and he's freaking out, and he's like, "Oh my goodness!" And now he's, I guess, figuring out what to wear.
All right.
I mean,
We'll see
he's
how it goes.
he's probably so. This is just setting his day up for he's just going to be on cloud 9, I think, because he was debating whether or not to really give you that coaster, and then he felt a little lame about it, like, oh, I have my name on a coaster. But hey, his name on a coaster, like, that's unique, that's clever, and he shot his shot.
I don't know that it's clever.
It is,
but
because
it is a shot. And remember, you should always say hi to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You should always, even if it feels uncomfortable, if there's something you think you can offer it. Because you never know. Some guy just might call you and go, come play my show.
There you go.
even
It's
if it's,
happened.
even if it's in the business world. All right. Well, we'll get that happening this week. Why don't we take a quick break and we'll come back. That went a little longer than I thought. So we'll be back right after this. Ansley is on the phone. Ansley in Virginia, welcome to the Bobby Bone Show. What's going on?
Hi, good morning, studio.
Morning.
So today is my birthday, and I'm turning 17.
Nice.
And I wanted to call and ask you guys if there is any advice you could have gotten when you were 17, what would it have been?
Well, first of all, happy birthday to you. It's pretty awesome. Come on. What are you doing for your birthday today?
Thank you.
Ainsley, what's happening?
Well, today's just school, but I went to the beach this past weekend.
Was the beach packed? Everybody having a good time?
It wasn't as packed as I thought it was, but yes, I got some sun.
Well, here's my advice to you, which I wish I would have known at 17, is that, and still, I think I'm learning it now fully. And I would tell you this, or I would tell an adult this. Like, the world is so bendable. Just because there are some rules that you've heard, you can only be certain things because of where you grew up, or you know who your parents are, or the money that you're born into, or like you literally can do whatever you want. Like I was thinking about this. I'm on American Idol. What kind of background do I have to be on American Idol? I'm not Luke or Katie or Lionel. You know, I'm on this show. It's a massive show. I'm giving advice to these kids. It's partially because of this career that I've just sewn together through odd, clanky skills, but it's mostly through a lot of the circumstances that I've been through in my life. They'd never had a mentor like that before. I got put on there for one episode to talk about how to be interviewed, basically. But they saw, oh, well, this guy actually relates to these kids because he has been through it all, and his first time to California, L.A., or New York was through work, and to him it was crazy just like they're experiencing. And you know, as I look at that, I go, dang, you literally can just decide what you want to do and go chase it. We live in a great country where that's possible. And just because it's been done a certain way your whole life doesn't mean it has to be done that way forever. So I would say the world is completely bendable. If I, with only medium talents, can do really cool things, I'm sure you, Ainsley, with wonderful talents, can do whatever in the world you want, you know? So that's what I'm going to say to you. No dream is too big, as cliche as it sounds. It doesn't matter if you're 17 or you're 45 years old. I saw an old guy who went back to school because his wife, who's also like 70, can't see anymore. She can't do her own hair, so he went to beauty school. He's like 70 years old. He went to beauty school. He's like, I'm going to learn how to do her hair.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's an old man, but he's like, I'm going to go take classes and then graduate beauty school. So don't let even age hold you back at starting something new. Ainsley, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a dentist.
That's awesome.
Do you feel like you can?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really do.
Good for you. Well, you don't need my talk then. All right, go get it.
She knows.
Just, it is. The world is moldable to exactly what you want to do. That's all I'm going to say. That's my advice to you. And also, don't take 8 o'clock classes if that's an option when you go to college.
Why?
The worst. I took them. I would go to my radio station, KLAZ in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I would start my night shift at 6 p.m. I'd work till midnight. I'd do production till 1:30 in the morning. I'd drive to Arkadelphia. I'd eat at the Waffle House and study for the next morning till like 3. I would get home about 3:30. I'd fall asleep and have to wake up at 7:30 to go to an 8 a.m. class. And I didn't miss, but man, was it miserable. Finish class. I'd go to class from 8 until 1. I would go to run the school radio station because I needed that money to be able to survive, to eat, to pay, rent and car insurance. Finish that. I'd drive back across the state to go to work again. That's another thing, Ainsley. You got to show up on time over and over again. All right. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Ainsley, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I love you guys so much. I started listening to you guys regularly when quarantine started.
Nice.
And it's just so crazy that I finally made it on the show.
Well, happy birthday. I hope that was a cool birthday present to you. Hope you have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, this 79-year-old husband visited a beauty school and went to get lessons in hair and makeup so his wife could still look as good as she wanted because she could no longer get ready by herself.
That is
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Isn't that crazy? He was
love
just like, I
that.
can do this. Why not? Other people aren't doing it like this. That doesn't mean I can't. Come on. That's great. Let me mention this. We're very excited because live music is starting back up. We are throwing 2 festivals. It's Bobby Fest happening September 4th and September 5th in 2 different cities. So New Braunfels, Texas, which is below Austin, above San Antonio, but kind of in the middle. We're doing that one on September 4th. And then we're doing Wichita, Kansas, September 5th. It's an all-day event. Festival, stuff for the kids, daytime stage, but the big stage in the evening. In each of the areas, we're going to find like a local band to really open it up. But then, after the local band that wins a contest, it will be Maddie and Tay. And then you're like, woo, love Maddie and Tay, who's next? And then it'll be Russell Dickerson.
I came to life when I first kissed you. The best me has his arms.
How many number ones do you want from Russell Dickerson? Here's another Russell Dickerson number one. And you're going to be exhausted of all Russell Dickerson's number ones. And you know who's coming on next? The band with no number ones, the Raging Idiots.
Don't know nothing about yoga at all. Probably gotta hit the road, but nah, mistake.
Well, we do have a kids number one.
We do.
Yeah.
And number one comedy album.
Yeah, see, we got number ones.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
ours are dumb.
Oh, yeah.
They're like two people competing against us, and it's our old stuff. But it is Bobby Fest. Tickets on sale Friday morning at 10 a.m., and they will go fast. Friday morning, Ticketmaster.com. Can't wait to see all you guys at Bobby Fest. I'm just pumped that live music's happening. Our goal, though, was to put on a show that you could bring the family to, you could bring the kids to. There'll be stuff in the daytime. Right now, I don't want to tip it off, but I'm negotiating with Amy to do a live podcast.
Oh, negotiating.
We're in negotiations.
She's trying to get too much money from you.
Oh, there's no money. It's just me being like, you should do a live podcast.
You're negotiating on the time?
Yeah. We're like, you have all the hours. Friday, Ticketmaster.com. Wherever you are in America, you should come to this. All right, thank you. Let us do Thomas Rhett, What's Your Country Song, Bobby Bones Show.